Hello and welcome to the 8th Annual Great Lakes Regional Mate ROV Competition, hosted by Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary.
A month ago.
Okay, great. And so the reason this is so important, talk to me a little bit about the STEM principles.
Certainly. Science, technology, engineering, and math, for those that aren't familiar with the acronym. As an educator, my background's in instruction, curriculum and instruction. And what we're really trying to do is find novel ways. The brain seeks novel activity. The brain likes to do things that are a little bit unique and intriguing. We're finding that the ROV program brings the intrigue to the classroom, so now engineering is a natural fit. Application of mathematics is a natural fit. The technology is clear, and it's all science-based. You can also tie literature, the arts, design, multiples of things through the ROV. So it really is a very nice complementary program for STEM education.
Wonderful, and it is indeed very novel. And this year's mission is all about diving into history. So let's go to the pool and check out what these students and their ROVs are in fact doing. Okay, here we are. We'll just spend a few minutes here in the pool before we talk to an actual team that's just preparing for their mission. So what we're looking at, folks, is a simulated shipwreck. This is a simulated World War II shipwreck, an oil tanker that is full of thousands of gallons of oil. The ROV teams in the Ranger mission have a set of mission tasks. One of them is to try and test and see how much oil is left on the shipwreck. It's kind of tough to see, but if you look right in the middle of that shipwreck, there's an orange bucket, and that's full of a solution. And they have to figure out a way with their ROV to extract that solution and bring it to the surface. And then to the right of the shipwreck, you'll notice a grid. There's a white grid there, and inside that is a number of artifacts. Another part of the mission is for the ROV to test those artifacts. Are they metal? Are they wood? Are they rock? What are they made of? And they have to report that back to the judges as well. So that's what the mission space looks like. So let's get back into the gym where a lot of other action is happening. We've got teams preparing, and I've got Emmanuel Lutheran, the team here. Come on up, guys, and we'll talk to you guys and see what's going on with your mission today. There's a few of you. Okay, so tell me the name of your team.
Pearl.
Pearl. Now, who wants to tell me what that stands for? Go ahead.
Portable, electronic, aquatic, resource logistics.
Wow, that's quite an interesting name. And so you guys based that on something historical, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's from World War II, Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, and that's what the mission is based on this year, diving into history and how World War II shipwrecks and examining those, right? Right, and so you guys have not done your mission yet. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
Very excited. And have you done your safety check? Do you want to tell me what's involved in the safety check?
He makes sure that you have.
Come over here.
He makes sure that you have no exposed wires. There's nothing sharp that could hurt the divers.
Okay, that's good. That's a good thing to do then, because there are divers under the water monitoring every mission. And then have you guys done engineering yet? You have.
Yes.
Okay, Ian, you want to tell me about engineering?
Sure. He would tell us, he would ask us a whole bunch of questions about the ROV and how we designed the frame and stuff like that.
Okay, great. And so, you guys, what have you learned throughout this whole process of building ROVs? What do you think you've learned? Who wants to answer that one? Okay. I'll come over here again, Connor.
What we've learned is that we try and do our best and give it all to God.
Wonderful. That's awesome. And you guys are learning all sorts of education principles, not only science and technology, but are you guys learning a little about history?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great, guys. And who wants to be an underwater explorer when they grow up? Yeah? You're not sure, Ava? Do you know what you want to be? No. Okay. Well, good luck in your mission, guys. We're going to check out the pool now and see how the other teams are doing. Let's head to the pool. Thanks. Awesome. Okay. Here we are. Back poolside. And we happen to have a mast on the bottom of the pool there. So that's part of the mission. These students, like I mentioned before, these are elementary age students all the way up to high school. Almost 30 teams here gathered in Alpena, Michigan for the Great Lakes Regional ROV competition. So just on the right side of the screen, I mentioned there's a mast there. That's part of the task. That mast was leaning up against the shipwreck, the simulated shipwreck. And the ROV has to hook into that mast and use an airbag and lift it to the surface. So that's another task they have to complete. There's a number of tasks. And like I said, there's the grid with the artifacts there. There's also an orange crate in the middle. And they have to test that using sonar, simulated sonar, and test what kind of material is in there. So all sorts of tasks. And in just 15 minutes, these students have to complete it. Pretty exciting stuff. Let's see, we're waiting for some ROVs to show their faces. Maybe they're on lunch break. Even ROVs need to have lunch. We'll give you a little bit of background on the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary that hosts this event every year. Thunder Bay was designated in the year 2000 to protect more than 200 shipwrecks in and around Thunder Bay in northwestern Lake Huron. These shipwrecks are very, very special shipwrecks, historically significant. Some of them date back to the early 19th century, old wooden schooners that are perfectly preserved in a couple hundred feet of water, up to the most recent shipwreck in the sanctuary, the Nordmere, which ran aground in 1966. The Great Lakes Maritime Heritage Center is the headquarters for the sanctuary right here in Alpena, Michigan, and it's a great place to visit to explore the shipwreck century. You can climb aboard a schooner and experience a storm. Fun stuff. And a lot of these folks here at the competition today will probably be heading to the Great Lakes Maritime Heritage Center to continue their fun and their visit in Alpena. So now let's get back into the gym. We've got a lot of activities still going on here in the gym. We've got, like I mentioned before, the teams are getting ready either for their engineering mission or for their actual underwater mission. They all have to go through safety checks. So it's bustling with activity. Over a few hundred people here, including teachers and our retired mayors here, all sorts of folks here participating in this really exciting event. I happen to have, just fresh from the pool, one of the divers. Come on up, Phil. One of the divers that has been in the pool all morning. This is Phil Hartmeyer.
Hello, Steph.
Hello, Phil. Have you warmed up? You've been in the pool for what, 5 hours now?
Hey, it's been a long morning, but it's been fun.
So tell us about what's it like being on the pool watching these missions?
Well, you get a lot of the little details that you can't see from the monitor are really evident downstairs in the pool, so you can see a lot of how these different ROVs move and how these designs also impact their efficiency on these missions.
So how would you say the kids are doing this year in the missions?
Absolutely amazing. You know, we've had a couple practice sessions that I've been involved with, but seeing them full-blown for the competition is absolutely astounding what these kids are doing with their machines.
Wonderful. I imagine it's a little quieter at the bottom of the pool than it is topside.
It can be nice sometimes, for sure.
Do you have any guesses on who's going to take this year's competition?
It's too close, really. Every team has a different strength, so as they keep going on, it gets better and better.
Great. I thought do you have some of your gear with you? We can show the folks at home. While he checks that out, we've got Mr. Jeff Gray, Sanctuary Superintendent. Just sped right up over there. So we've got teams, like I mentioned, from as far away as Toledo, Ohio, have come for this competition. All over Michigan, from outside of Detroit, Traverse City. And here we have Phil with his gear. This is what he was using today in the pool, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it. Okay, Phil, what do we got?
So I've got two pieces of gear on me. The first being the regulator. This is a breathing device, as you can see. This is what attaches to your scuba tank. You got your pressure gauge, so you can see how much air you have left. And also on the back, this is where your tank attaches to, right on the back here, so you can be able to keep it nice and snug.
So where is your tank? You don't have your tank on.
The tank's been on for a couple hours already. I think I left it.
It's a little bit heavy.
Yes,
Did you use up all the air?
I did not, actually. It's very nice because it's nice and shallow, so you don't breathe as hard.
Great. Well, thank you, Phil. Let's go back to the pool and check out the action at the bottom of the Alpena Plaza pool. Okay. I guess not a lot of action right now, but this will give me a chance to talk about the mission. Like I said before, the mission theme this year is Dive into History, exploring World War II shipwrecks and the real world potential hazards that we may face with them. A lot of these went down with thousands of gallons of fuel oil. The SS Montebello, which was built in 1921 and sank in 1941 by a Japanese submarine, single torpedo, sank the vessel just off the coast of Monterey, actually just outside the boundaries of one of our sister sites, the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. The SS Montebello is just a little bit deeper than the pool these kids are working with. SS Montebello is actually 900 feet deep. And so ROV technology is very important. That's far beyond where normal scuba diving depths. And so ROV technology is a very real-world skill, and that's what these kids are learning here today. Oh, there we have some action. That's one of the divers. We just met one of the divers that was down there, and there's still 3 in the pool. And they're monitoring the missions and making sure everybody's safe down there, assisting if they need to, but actually they're not really allowed to assist unless they're asked, and then that could be a penalty for the team. Another great angle here. We've got a couple of missions set up here, so more than one team can be undertaking their mission at a time. So if you guys would like any more information at all on Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary and the ROV competition, check the sanctuary out at thunderbay.noaa.gov or check us out on Facebook. And so we happen to have one of our judges right here with us, Tane Casserly. We'll just wrap up this broadcast with Mr. Tane Casserly. So, so how was the judging? You taking a break from judging?
It was exceptional today. A lot of skilled teams out there.
Oh, great. So are you on the Scout judge team or the Ranger?
Ranger, the advanced team.
The advanced team. Wonderful. And so tell me, how are the kids faring out there? How are they reacting to the excitement of the mission?
Oh, they're doing. All the kids are doing great. Everybody, they're keeping it under control. They've got a lot of skill and a lot of. They really put a lot of thought into all their designs. They did a good job. That's
great. And Tane is a maritime archaeologist with Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary, so it's great to have professionals as part of our judging team. So let's go back to the pool for the end of the broadcast and check out the action poolside.
I totally came over to make fun.
Well, we're still waiting for the ROVs to get back. At 1 o'clock, we'll be back with another live broadcast, so please tune in again at 1 o'clock. Until 1:15, we'll have another live broadcast. And we'll get some ROVs in action, and we'll also be interviewing a few more teams and see how their missions have gone.